in a neighborhood, kind of like just not by the beach, but in the hills. And so I'm part of what's called the Hillside Produce Cooperative. And it started about a year and a half ago by one of my neighbors, Hindon. And she, basically it's like we're walking our dogs and there's like all this food, you're like, lemon trees and orange trees and whatever, and it's just going to waste. So she just started kind of like what you're saying, just canvassing the area, saying, I'm going to start this. Do you want to be a part of it? And the first, I think the first I don't know, I think it was like in August, about a year and a half ago, and she said, whoever has anything that they're growing that want to contribute, come to my house at noon, and we will pool the resources and then redivide it. And at first, I can't remember, I think it was about 12 people who initially started. And it was basically like, even if you don't have anything and you still want to be part of it, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Because maybe you'll have something in the spring or, So she, we got together, redistribute everything. And then, because there were so few people in the beginning, it was sort of like, okay, we'll just redistribute everything.
Mm-hmm. And did you have a certain time and place? Is how did that?
Yeah. And so what's happened is we now have, like, we just had one last Saturday, and there were 30 people participating. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more people involved, but not every month you don't necessarily have food mm-hmm. to contribute, whatever. So I think the most we've had is 40 at one time.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
So yeah. So what we do is she sends out an email about a week before, and she says, okay, this Saturday is is the produce cooperative distribution, and so if you have anything that you want to contribute, then either leave it and we're doing it at her house mostly because it's the least bureaucratic. Yeah. She's kind of got like a room maybe like this size that's open, like there's not really any furniture in it, so there's enough room for right now. If it got any bigger, I think we're gonna have to, like we were talking about going to the community center, but they just got a lot of like political and bureaucratic kind of what you're saying. So we're at her house for now. So she says, if you have any food to contribute, bring it to her house either Friday night or Saturday morning before noon. And then at noon, the volunteers who are basically bagging everything come to her house. And last week we had, I think, 8 people show up for that. And she, this is like, if you can.
Larry, can you talk to those birds out there and quiet
them? If you can, beforehand, this is all via email. She says, if you have food to contribute, let me know. If you can help bag, let me know. And if you can help deliver, let me know. Because it's gotten so big now that we have people from 15 miles away. Wow. And yeah, so it's kind of like, well, okay, because it used to be like a couple people distribute everything, but now there's just too many people. So like last Saturday, so at noon, all the baggers show up, and she's got just a mountain of food outside her front door that people have delivered. Last week we had, I should have brought the list, but last week we had lemons, grapefruits, oranges, tangerines, Swiss chard, frise lettuce, some other sorted greens that we weren't quite sure what it was, and lots of herbs, rosemary, basil, arugula, or that's not just an herb, but oregano, parsley. Someone made lemon curd, and out of all their lemons, and made little jars of stuff. Another woman, I'm not really sure how this happened, but she's a local baker in town. She made brownies and delivered. So we had all this stuff. So what we do first is Hindon, since she's getting the emails of what people, like I said, I'm bringing lemons. People write down what they're going to bring. So she types out the list of everything that's gonna be delivered. So that when people drop their food off, what we're trying to encourage is that everyone drops their food off in reusable bags with your name on it. So then those are the bags we use to redistribute. So then we have the list of things, so we attach the list to the bags when we give them back, so people know what they have, what they got for, you know.
Sure.
So, so it's really exciting that way too, because you kind of feel like it's like you don't know what you're
It's a
gonna
surprise.
get. Yeah, it's total surprise.
You can't, it's not like you're placing an order.
No.
You just get whatever's available.
Right.
And
You get the whatever people
and
have.
it's all distributed according to the numbers of
Yeah.
A, what you have, and B, the number of people.
Exactly.
Shoot at once.
Yes, exactly.
And every bag is the same essentially with the
Yeah.
people to pick up.
Yeah.
And how often do you do it?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah. So we've got it down. Like in the beginning when we first started, it took like about 2.5, maybe a little longer hours to do it all. Last week we did it in a little over an hour. So we load everything into our house, and you know, it's kind of like, okay, all the citrus over here, all the green leafy vegetables over here, all the herbs over here, and then sort of miscellaneous. And then for some reason I always do herbs. So so the way we do it, and it's kind of, you know, it's all like, you know, we're still trying to figure out the best way to organize all this, but the way we do it is, for like the herbs, I spread out newspaper all over the floor, so the whole floor is taken up with newspaper. So however many people, or however many bags we need to fill, that's how many pieces of newspaper. And then we divide the herbs, so we always get a ton of rosemary, of course, and you know, whatever, rosemary, oregano, basil, whatever else, I can't remember what we had last week, all of them, but, and basically, I literally just go, okay, there's this much rosemary, and I just, you know, kind of do this. And then, you know, it's not an exact science. And like, oh, actually we had like a little bit of French tarragon and a little bit of, I think, lemongrass. So it's not, like, we didn't have enough for 30 people. For each, so it's kind of like, okay, well, you're gonna get French tarragon and you're gonna get lemongrass, and you'll get a little bit more rosemary, you know,
Yeah.
that. So it's, so then when you have the list, like I'll check off for this person, they got tarragon, but I won't check the whatever, you know. So it's, you know, it's you know, that's, so it's very casual that way. And then so we do the herbs and then just roll it up like you would roll up like flowers in newspaper, and then put that in. And then we do the same for the greens. And then the people doing the citrus, you know, they're dividing up the lemon, because we have different kinds of lemons that people give us. So, you know, divide those up, divide up the grapefruits, divide up the oranges, whatever else. And so then we put them in the bags, and then and that took us a little over an hour, which was really fast. And then some people pick up their own bags, and then other people who we have the delivery people come, and they deliver to, you know, the various neighborhoods. And
To the people that participated in it.
yeah,
So you actually get people that you'd actually deliver. They don't even have to come back and pick it up, huh?
And it's volunteer?
It's all volunteer. It's all free. You don't, like, and if, like, some months where I don't have stuff to contribute, any food to contribute, if I go and participate as a volunteer bagging, then I'll get a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I really appreciate is that it's kind of, if you contribute or you participate in some way, then you're part of this. And it's not like, well, you only have, you know, like a little bit, like someone said that, they're like, well, I only have bay leaves this week or this month. Like, that's not enough. Like, don't give me any you know, any bags back, because I didn't contribute enough. It's like, no, you contribute, so you're part of it. And because, you know, next month they might have a whole ton of lemons or whatever. So it's very casual, and it's very kind of just neighborly in that sense. And it's been really interesting. We had a couple of months ago, we had